Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight I'm actually reviewing a homebrew beer that's been made by a friend of mine, not actually one of my own. So it's Wilko's Sweet Newkie Brown. Now, as we know, the most popular Newcastle Brown is made by is it Newcastle Brown these days? I'm not sure. This kit is a 1.5 kilo, so a single tin kit from Wilko's, their core range of beers. 12 quid for the can, makes 40 pints, so you know, quite a cheap kit. My friend at work, this is who gave me it today, he brewed it using brewing sugar and spray malt instead of just normal sugar. Now, he said to me that the brewing sugar, he didn't think it made any difference. Interesting to note, because I'm too tight to pay for brewing sugar myself, and the spray malt, maybe that did do something, you know, it's hard to know. But anyway, so a dark brown ale with a traditional fuller northern taste. I will look at the reviews in a minute as well. So, we're going to give it a pour. And the bottle is a rock bloody solid. So you know that it's double fermented rather well. But not too well, because it's not bubbled up over, you know, and I can't get the bottle open. And the bonus is, you know, I get a nice two good pints of this. So, I would say a brown in colour, cream head, slightly off white but cream head. Just put the lid on. I do hope that my camera's not going to die. For some reason I'm on the red, so it didn't charge properly last night. So already, as you can see, the head is going even further than it should normally do. Oh, it's got some nice taste to it. Oh, definitely takes a homebrew beer. The quality of the core range of kits isn't as good as the artisan range. I know that, I've brewed them before myself, and I have actually brewed this before. So, plenty of malt in there. Let me see if I can just bring up a review off the internet. I'm not sure if there is. Don't think we're going to get reviews. Got plenty of YouTube reviews. I'm not interested in other people's reviews, to be honest. So, I'm not going to... Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get a decent review off the internet, but there you go, can't win them all. So, I'll look at some of the reviews on here. I mean, there was a review 22 days ago, so, and this person used medium dried malt extract with a kilo of brewing sugar and brewed it short by 3 litres. And he says he got a slightly darker, slightly maltier premium edition of Newkie Brown. And I've got to say that the last time I tried Newcastle Brown, it wasn't as good. Yeah, I mean, I love Newcastle Brown, and the versions I chose just weren't up to the standard as it was years ago. I do know it's brewed in Holland now rather than in Newcastle, you know. But that's happened to a lot of breweries in Britain, hasn't they? You know, like when Ohm Ales and Kimberley's, Hardy Hanson's and Mansfield Bitter were all taken over. They basically shut all the breweries and peed it off up north, you know, and then, which is a shame. Thank God, with all these microbreweries these days, that trend has gone full the other way now. You know, people are brewing in little mini breweries, you know, or microbreweries, and some of the beers are fantastic. You know, people are making good money, and deservedly so. Yeah, nice malty taste to this. Newcastle Brown, you know, it's not easy to get a proper. Let me just tap in Newcastle Brown, see what it actually comes up with, just for curiosity's sakes. Using a new phone, and it's not as easy. Newcastle Brown now, there we go. It's actually brewed by Heineken now in the Netherlands. It doesn't tell you much there at all. And the reviews are very, very actually poor for it now. All the latest reviews are very poor. Right, so as you can see, good head. The body looks a bit hazy. Might be because it's been shook about a bit on the way home tonight. But the head still looks great. Malt in the aroma. Bear in mind, blocked up nose, so I'm not getting I'm not getting the fine details of what's in the I didn't help that I choked on that last review I did. Nice malt in the taste as well. Better than I've brewed that before, Sweet Newkie Brown, and it came out a little bit more watery. This is a bit more thicker, got a bit of creaminess to it. So what my friend did when he's brewed it, by adding the brewing sugar, the spray malt, I reckon the spray malt has made it a more creamy beer, reminiscent of like a Guinness, but a Guinness Newkie Brown, if you can get where I'm, you know, get where I'm coming from. And that's you look now, and that it looks just like that, you know. Taste wise, very hard to pinpoint taste, you know. My taste buds are, I mean, I had a steak a bit ago, about an hour ago, and it tasted not as it should, let's put it that way. Trying to get some comparison tastes. Definitely a caramel malt, hint of bread, definitely toastiness in the flavour, but you know, this is nicer than Newcastle Brown that you get at the shops now. I'm not joking, they've ruined it, bloody ruined it. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be, and that was one of my favourite beers. Maybe as time goes on, my taste buds have developed, and some beers, and I do know this, that some beers that were fantastic years ago, or at least decent, you know, are not so anymore. Some beers though have passed the test of time, which is a good thing, because a lot of beers these days, just, you know, they've just not been there. This is one of them beers that certainly the spray malt has definitely helped it. Brewing sugar, I don't know about brewing sugar versus normal sugar. I know it's probably better, but it's a hell of a lot more expensive, which reduces the cheapness of your beer, really. I mean, as long as you brew a beer properly, you know, either use an hydrometer, or at least have the patience to wait until every last bubble's gone, and you don't see bubbles for 2 or 3 days, and you don't hear any bubbles for 2 or 3 days, then you know, and then do a taste test. Get your spoon into the barrel, give it a taste. If it tastes sugary, leave it. You know, try and warm it up if you can. You know, if you get one of them heat belts, or put it in your airing cupboard. But if it don't taste sugary and taste as you would expect it to taste, because obviously maturity will make it a better tasting lager, beer, cider, whatever. But this is nice. It's you know, it's well brewed. And although I can taste the difference between this and the artisan range, 12 quid, 12 quid, you know, you can't fault it, can you? I mean, 12 quid, you're looking at a kilo of sugar, 50 pence for a kilo, most B&M bargains and, you know, own bargains, a bit more expensive in supermarkets, but £12.50, 40 pints, so, you know, basically 30 pence a pint. 31.5 pence a pint. Can't fault it, can you? You know, in this day and age where we're paying £2 a bottle for a beer and anything up to £3.50 in pubs for a pint, you know, that sort of price, well worth trying, and it's well worth experimenting with beers. I myself, at the weekend, I've treated myself to 3 beer kits for review purposes. 2 of the beer kits I've had before. Simply Ginger Beer, which is a fantastic ginger beer kit. I brought that. I'm going to double ferment that, which means I'm going to brew it once, and then after it's brewed, another bag of sugar in, or a bag and a half of sugar, more yeast, let it go again, and I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to chop some root ginger, boil it in a pan, let the flavours come out, and then chuck that into the mix as well. So not only will I get a double fermented ginger beer that should be something like 7.5%, 8%, I'll also get more fieriness by adding the ginger root to the mixture. That's the hope anyway. I mean, whether it works, who knows. I've also ordered Brew Firm, their Creek beer. Creek being cherry. Their cherry beer. You can pay up to 30 quid for this kit. It's a 12 litre kit. So basically 24 normal bottles. So, you know, you're paying over £1 a bottle for this stuff. It comes in, and you still have to put sugar in as well. It's not a 2 tin kit, it's a 1 tin kit. So I'll be putting a bit more sugar in to try and up the ABV, as you do, and brewing that, and future review of that. You know, it's one I've done before, and in fact I put that much sugar in that time I did it, that it was in a barrel in the kitchen, and I got a phone call from the wife. Says that, you know, that barrel in the kitchen, I had 2 barrels in the area by the back door, and one of the barrel was 10% bigger than the other barrel. Plastic barrels, although they're the same size originally. And I said to her, for God's sakes, she said it was hissing. So I said to her, for God's sakes, get in the kitchen now and undo the top. Because what it was doing, the gases were built up and it was expanding the barrel. And, you know, if that barrel had blown, that would have wiped out half the kitchen, I reckon. And got rid of a load of beer as well, which would have been really, you know, not a good thing. But yeah, so sometimes it pays just to watch how much sugar you put in on the secondary ferment. These days I've learnt my lesson on some scales. I still don't go overboard, but you know, there. Finally, I've also ordered myself On the Rocks mixed berry cider. I've had On the Rocks before. Can't remember which one it was. And I just fancied doing that, partly because the wife likes a bit of mixed berries, the Copperberg, and I thought, well, this might be good for her, as long as it's not too strong, and as long as it tastes near enough, you know. So, I don't mind how long it brews for, because I'll overbrew it, just so it gets to the right taste. Let it mature, and hopefully, you know, she'll drink, you know. Well, I'll have that or I'll drink it, I don't care. I'm not fussy. So, back to this. Lovely. Really nice bit of Newkie Brown. strong malt tastes, but Newkie Brown, that's what it is, malt. It's, you know, pretty much you're going to get bits of other things in it, but it's malt most of the way, and malt in a good way, you know, because sometimes malt can taste not so good, especially on these alcohol-free beers these days that all taste like bloody tea. So 15 minutes, Jesus Christ, I've rattled on. How many batteries on red? So out of 5. First things first, great looking pint, good on the nose, nice malty flavour. Taste, for an homebrew beer, bang on, just what you want. To me, better than the original Newcastle Brown, which is what we all want to hear, don't we? I mean, if you're gonna brew it better. And the likes of Man's Brown Ale, which tasted rancid, much better than that as well. So out of 5, very good. Not quite a top 10 beer, didn't expect it to be, being a homebrew beer and being a cheap homebrew beer as well. But a decent effort, you know. I'm going to give it a 4.4 out of 5. I rated that. And the bonus is, I've still got another pint. I should be drinking that tonight and taking one for the team, as you do, you know. One must endeavour to pursue our beer drinking exploits. And anyway, before I talk too much shizzle, thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. And please do subscribe. Cheers.